A good late morning on this Sunday. Roger Hill with the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. Big picture. You can see a couple things going on here. We have some tropical action, of course. This is Hurricane Beryl. You can see a reconnaissance aircraft is flying through. That'll tighten up some of the tracks. It's pretty tight right now. Taking kind of a low latitude track. And occurring across parts of the upper Midwest, northern plains, you can see an area of higher pressure here. It's also brought in a cooler air mass. This is going to be circulating into our region, probably not until tonight and Monday. Out ahead of this, we have a trough of lower pressure. It's kind of an oddball trough, and we have some very high wind shear. So any thunderstorms that do develop will go to town pretty quickly. Right now, everything's either to the north or to the south of our region. We'll take a look at that here in a second. But for the most part, we have warm, humid air. Temperatures are on the rise. Today we should see temperatures near 80. Before that cooler air starts to cool us off during the day tomorrow, Monday. That's going to set the stage, by the way, for 3 really nice project weather days. That's going to be ahead of the 4th of July holiday. It looks like the next opportunity for a little bit of shower, maybe some isolated rumbles of thunder mixed in, will not arrive until sometime along about Wednesday night. And that may linger a little bit into Thursday, the 4th of July. But as it looks right now, I don't think it's going to be too volatile. We're talking about weak weather systems here and weaker kind of trends and a very gradual warm-up and actually humidity or dew point temperatures that are actually not really going to jump up until the night of Wednesday night. By the time we get into Thursday, the 4th of July, a little bit of leftover showers beyond that point. And then we're looking at conditions that will probably support more shower and thunderstorm activity. But overall, nothing super duper active at this point in time. Today we'll have to watch to see as precipitable waters will, metrics will peak, and then that will again push out. Once again, the European model on the left-hand side. We have the Canadian gem on the right-hand side. Big area of higher pressure, 1028 hectopascal surface. This is going to be the controlling influence of our weather. Once this bit of business begins to push on out to sea to our south and east, it could still set up some pretty good powerful thunderstorms, and violent thunderstorms at that, across parts of southern New England, southern and eastern Vermont a little bit later on this afternoon. But as it looks right now, more and more, it looks like Vermont may get missed on this whole situation. See the latest heads up. A new intermediate update will be issued roughly about 11:30 or so. Well, this area of higher pressure, as we run the model, you can see just a little bit of leftover precipitation, but I'm not counting on anything to linger really. High pressure will build in for tonight and set the stage for day 1, Monday. Here's Monday night, then Tuesday, looking good. Then on Wednesday, we're probably going to see filtered sunshine through some high cloudiness, and then at that point in time, eventually, by Wednesday night, those 3 days come to an end of dry project weather, and then we're looking at some showers and some isolated weak thunderstorms more than likely. And not a big deal, but something the utilities will have to monitor, and of course we'll have more information leading up to that closer in time. All of that taking place Wednesday night into the 4th of July Thursday morning. Then you can see maybe a little bit of some kind of a second round of isolated showers potentially on the 4th, but for the most part, high pressure is going to be building in and things are going to be drying out, but warming up at the same time. I say drying out, but the humidity levels are going to start to creep up, but I'm not looking at a whole lot of precipitation until we get into this coming weekend, and that will be basically Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, as there'll be more shower and thunderstorm activity, and then beyond the, of course, outlook period here, well beyond, we're looking at more shower and thunderstorm activity potentially along about Sunday. Also to watch, we have a whole bunch of tropical activity, of course. This is the European ensemble. It does a very, very good job to give you 51 members of what the tropical cyclones may do. So running the computer models, this is Beryl. And this morning, Beryl looks like it's going to go pretty low latitude. This is in the basically Leeward Islands, crossing the Leeward Islands. It looks like south of St. Vincent. And then taking a track and spinning up into a stronger hurricane. You can see here greater than 100 knots sustained winds. So this is a pretty powerful hurricane. It's probably going to be one of the more powerful hurricanes so early in the season, which is going to be very, very active, of course. and you can see where it's headed. Not even recurving to North America. A couple of outlier plumes here take it, some whiskers here take it into the panhandle of Florida, and then sort of up and off the coast, but really counting on mostly the system here to be staying well south of our region thanks to this area of higher pressure from the Azores all the way to Bermuda, and this will poke in, and I'm thinking it's going to control the weather and keep this tropical cyclone well at bay to our south. And courtesy of an area of higher pressure, we're looking at less than really about an inch only in the far northern areas, about a half inch, and then less than a quarter of an inch across central parts of Vermont, the two areas most affected, northern Vermont as well as southern Vermont. And hydrologically, looking at with those 3 days of higher pressure, it's really knocking down the total precipitation, accumulated precipitation for this outlook period to below normal. How about that? 2-meter temperature is shown here with the climate reanalyzer at the University of Maine. We have warmer than normal temperatures into the region, a little bit cooler following that, and we saw a little bit of that early at the start of this Outlook broadcast. Right now, the weighted meteorological output statistics over the next 5 days is neutral to about 3 degrees above normal, just to the north of our region. And things do warm up as we get over time here, as we gradually warm up the air mass, running about 3 degrees above normal, so no extreme. And at this point in time, I don't see heat indices getting too much above 90. Again, in the tropics, we have Hurricane Beryl. Beryl has sustained winds of 85 knots, gusts to 100 miles an hour. And Beryl's going to be taking a track and kind of low latitude, interestingly. The next system also very low latitude, and this seems to be the gravy train right here. So currently across Vermont, we have temperatures that have made it all the way up into the 80s in a few spots, mostly in the lower valleys. Dew point temperatures are right up there in the mid 60s to about 70. And currently we have mostly some showers and some thunderstorms skirting northern areas. These will need to be watched as they could be locally severe. The other area we're watching is generally eastern areas of Vermont, near the Connecticut River Valley and into the southern counties of Vermont, under the gun a little bit later on this afternoon. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.